You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts J-Hove, Jeff, and Weezy. Please enjoy the show.
Social distancing, fellas. Yeah. Social distancing. Me. Episode 313.
Shout out to Detroit.
What would you give your NFL free agency team? What y'all doing A through F?
Right now we about a B.
What about you, Jeff?
Josh Allen still my quarterback, so a C.
Yeah, I got a B minus. We haven't made it. We need a wide receiver. We'll talk about that on the show, though.
Definitely.
For sure. How you feeling, though, man?
Social distancing.
Air hugs.
Yeah, a lot of air hugs, a lot of elbow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the elbow get a little rough. Yeah, I don't really like doing that. That's just too weird.
Too weird to do the elbow.
Just air me. I see you.
So you want to leave me hanging right there?
Yep. 100%. 100%. Not give me. Nah, it's
Don't leave me hanging, bro.
No, don't you do that. What you got? You ready to start the show, cameraman? Let's get it. Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back, and some of you for the first time, to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan, and this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
Weezy in the building. Say what's up, Weezy.
What up? What's going on?
Man, how's everybody?
Good to be outside.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Good to be out and about a little
Quarantine. We laughed about it last week. Now we here.
Yeah.
We are here.
Y'all laugh. I ain't laugh.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. That's a damn lie.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yeah, nah, it's tough, man. Yeah. Quarantine. Wash your hands.
Please. Wash your hands. Wash
your hands. Most definitely. How was
your week, though?
My week was straight, though, Joe. Okay. You know what I'm saying? What about you, Weezy? How was your week?
Week was rough, but yeah, I'm back.
You back. What about you, Joe?
Other than the obvious, we all right.
Okay.
No complaints.
There we go. Episode 313, we're talking NFL football free agency winners and losers.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
You better damn know it.
And you better damn believe it.
Let's kick it off. Best of week, Weezy. What you got?
Best week for me, it's birthday week, man.
Yep.
It's birthday week.
Hey.
The party got to come to me this year.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we got to FaceTime that part.
Yeah, the party got to come to me. So.
Yeah, fact, though.
Got Netflix birthday week.
Most definitely, man. What about you, Joe?
Oh, man, best of the week for me is the Big Three.
Yep.
They're going to be doing this reality TV show thing, quarantining some players in the house in L.A., getting their real lives and stuff like that. I'm hoping Gilbert Arenas is there.
No, you don't.
Hoping Stack 5 is there.
Stack won't be there neither.
Hoping Big Baby Davis is there.
He'll be there.
Nate Robinson.
Sure. Yeah.
Nate Robinson be there too.
Most definitely.
That's gonna be must watch.
Oh, tough.
Yeah.
My best week is my mom. I called her checking Weezy, and she said to me, broke the news. She was like, man, Ryan Tannehill signed back with my boys. I said, I saw that. Then she informed me that Deion Lewis got cut. And I said, why did they do that, Mom? She said, Jay, they released him to make some cap space to sign another free agent. And guess what she said, Jeff?
Okay.
She said it wasn't nothing personal, just a business move.
Just business. Look at mom.
I said, hey, dog.
She got a chair right here, don't she?
Hey, she started dying laughing. Guess what she said after that week?
What?
Tell a friend.
That shit.
For sure. It made my day, man. So shout out to my mom. It was her birthday on Thursday.
Oh, man.
The show, man. So shout out to her, man. She's a big fan of the show. Listen every week. Cameraman, she also told me that you're doing a really good job of bleeping out the curse word. So
thank you.
Definitely told me to tell you that. Yeah. Most definitely. Worst of the week, Weezy. What you got?
Oh man, worst of the week is just the hospitality, man. Industry downtown, man.
Yeah,
it's rough for us. It's tough. It's rough for us.
Yeah, no.
But
that's true.
It's part of it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's rough for us.
Yeah. We shall overcome, man. Praying for y'all.
Yeah, we got
to be all right. Just need a haircut.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a haircut these days.
Yeah.
Shout out to my barber. I love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just want a cut, bro. That's all.
That's it.
I understand we social distancing and everything, but it's getting rough out here, man.
It is.
I ain't cheated on you 14 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it might be time. He will push you to the arms of another bar, man.
Yeah, I ain't putting that on him. I just say I just need a cut. That's all I'm
just
saying.
Need a cut.
I just need a cut.
Worse. That's worse. It's for sure. Worse of the week. In New York and Atlanta, New York, Jersey, they did it all.
Yeah.
Barbershops and hair salons, man. So,
gosh. We got to know the real her.
Man. Boy, you podding. Boy, you is podding today, boy. My worst of the week is Twitter, man. I used to go to Twitter for my stress relief, but now all that's on Twitter, man, is more stress related to COVID-19. Everything that is reported on Twitter isn't true, but it is raising the anxiety of all my people on Twitter. So, like with the passing of Kobe Bryant, we got to find a way to detach and enjoy your friends and family, man, so it can't consume you. So, detach a little bit from Twitter, man, because it can get you, most definitely.
Shout out to the group chat, too, man. Group chat's been on the
quarantine group chat gets spicy.
Group chat. Yeah. Don't put no fake news in the group chat. You will get chewed out for it.
Yeah, not put fake news in the group chat.
Sure. Stat of the week, fellas. Shout out to Bryce for this find. He found the only player in NBA history to lead his team in scoring without scoring a single field goal in a game. Happened in 2005. Rip Hamilton went 14 for 14 from the free throw line without scoring a single field goal. Wow. So that's the stat of the week. And also he had a part 2. None of the NBA players who had their talent stolen from them in Space Jam ever won NBA championships.
Name the 5.
I have no clue. I haven't seen Space Jam in a long time, but it will be Barkley,
Sean Bradley,
Muggsy Bogues,
Patrick
Ewing,
and
Larry Johnson. There we go.
Man, they didn't win.
Look at that.
They didn't.
Look at that. Hey, man, shout out to Bryce for that find, man. He working, man.
Yeah, Bryce
working on the weekend like usual, dog. Yeah, shout out to Bryce.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course, the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive. Past episodes of FSP, just search Full Sport Press Podcast. And after you do that, check out the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown and Spike Lee each and every Wednesday. This week's show is the J Electronica album review.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all check it out.
Shout out to the guys. Yeah, man. J Electronica's album, as usual. Well, I can't say as usual because he's never dropped a project. But yeah, man, it's been a little spicy with him and Joe Budden online. It's been good entertainment through this quarantine time, man. So it's a good project, though. It takes a couple of listens to get accustomed to, and it only gets better as you listen to it, for sure.
I'm going to let you. That's you.
Yeah, for sure. That's just me. Everybody else don't like it.
I'm not going to say I don't. I'm not going to say I don't like it. Anytime I can get 6 or 7 good Jay-Z verses for no reason, I'm here for it.
Would you be surprised if I told you I haven't heard it?
No, not at all. Not at all.
That makes all the sense.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah, for sure. Fresher than your average podcast, man. Feature myself and Animal Brown, is a self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. Catch our latest issue. Issue number 60 is up right now directly for the culture. Hit the hotline 629-777-5565 and drop a voicemail so we can answer your fashion-related questions on the next issue. Wear your kicks. Cop responsibly.
Man, that last episode y'all did, man, was a good show.
I appreciate that, Jeff. For sure, man.
Got a lot from that.
We got to do some AI talking there soon. It's coming.
Can I get a cameo on there?
For sure, man. We need you, Weezy. Pull up anytime, brother. Anytime. For real. Like dead serious. The world needs to know a little bit more of your fashion sense, for sure. They do. Right, for real. I'm serious. Jeff.
Yes, sir.
We got 10 good wrestling seconds. Is it
okay. We're going to be all right.
Let's start the clock then.
All right, so Empty Arena Wrestling has taken the world by storm. So last Friday we had SmackDown with no one around. From the Performance Arts Center, the WWE uses. Then turn around Monday night, we had Monday Night Raw from the same place. Nobody in the arena, just wrestlers standing around talking to each other. Got a little rough there for a minute.
Okay.
But as the show went on, it was actually kind of cool. We paid attention to the storylines. Undertaker was there. Undertaker had the do-rag on. That was hilarious.
Okay.
I think he forgot to take it off before he came to the ring, but whatever. Right. So that was cool. AEW stole the week. For some reason, I guess they were prepared more. They had a week to prepare for the Empty Arena show. So they had not more people. They had their entire roster there. So it felt like a bigger show than Raw did, because Raw, you only had 5 wrestlers there tops. They replayed the Royal Rumble on Monday night, and then had like Undertaker, AJ Styles, and that's it. So I don't know. It's probably it's gonna be our future going forward. We're gonna talk a little bit more about what's gonna be happening with the WWE. So Empty Arena Wrestling, man, is here to stay.
That's it.
I actually watched that just because of Stone Cold. It was weird to watch, man.
Because with him talking,
it wasn't no crowd interaction.
It was rough.
Yeah, it was weird to watch.
Yeah.
Don't know what you guys are talking about, man. Tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Okay. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
That the revolution will be podcasted. And before we get started with the first half, Weezy, do you have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient for the listeners?
I do. This week's award recipient is former linebacker from the Bengals, Adrian Ross.
It is, Weezy. I see you, boy. If it wasn't social distancing, I would totally give you a good little fist bump right there. Here we go. Did it myself. Adrian Ross has quite the story to tell.
Okay.
The former Cincinnati Bengals linebacker took to Instagram recently and posted about the mother of his child refusing to let him see his daughter.
Uh-oh.
But that's not where the story begins. Ross starts from the beginning where he stated that the woman did not have a male partner when she got pregnant, and that was because the clinic released his sperm, to her without consent. He then alleges he wasn't put on the birth certificate, moved around twice with his daughter without notifying him or even giving him the location of their whereabouts. He then finishes by saying she is filing for child support and accusing him of kidnapping their daughter. Hey, listen, fellas.
Damn.
The story has so many layers, Jeff.
Yeah.
So many layers.
Yeah.
Even if you are a sperm donor, please be mindful who you procreate with. It can get very, very tricky. And in certain situations like this, shows that you just have to make better raw decisions.
Raw decisions.
Yeah, see, can't come back after that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Just move on. That was it. That was perfect.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
We get it out, man.
Oh, y'all want to get that out Prime?
Well, Prime is taking 10 days now.
Yeah,
Prime is rough.
Yeah, Prime ain't Prime right now.
Prime ain't Prime right now. It's taking about a week or two.
Snail mail it is.
Snail mail it is. Get it out, man. You guys ready to get started the first half? Let's go.
The first half is underway.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am J Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What it do?
Weezy, where can they find you at on social media, my brother?
Man, FSP_Weezy on IG, and I'm at How Weezy on Twitter.
Okay.
Yes, you are. Yes, the hell you are. What about you, Jeff?
J Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
And I'm J Hove on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me on Twitter and have a conversation. Please keep the North Carolina slander at a minimum. It's a no tolerance policy. I will block you.
The season never happened.
The season that never happened, Weezy, for sure.
Are we gonna do this no more? I got asked. We're not saying whether.
Nah, because we waiting until he posts a picture.
Yeah, he still ain't posted.
Yeah, so yeah, at least
People asking about it though.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Until we get there, and you can find a simulcast of this great show on YouTube.com/Full Sport Press Podcast. We're there on YouTube. Yeah. Sponsored by the cameraman. Shout out to you.
Shout out to you, cameraman.
Let's kick it off, man. Let's talk some NBA talk. No COVID-19 talk.
Oh, God.
We're going to give a little break to everybody. This is our time to talk sports and the sports that's around. Let's kick it off with Kenny Atkinson. He won't have a chance to coach Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving together in Brooklyn. The Nets surprisingly split with their coach Saturday, even as they remain on track for a second consecutive playoff berth. The Nets are in 7th place in the Eastern Conference, and Atkinson was 118 and 190 in 3.5 seasons of his first NBA head coaching job. Here's the question I have for you guys.
All right.
Was this a bad decision by the Nets?
No.
Was it premature, though?
No. Well, I think it was late.
Okay.
Because I don't think Coach Atkinson wanted to be there with those two guys.
Got you.
Not saying he can't coach. I think he wants to be like what's my man, Brad Stevenson type of coach. He wants to create an atmosphere, create a culture, create a way you do things and not superstar driven. And with the way KD and Kyrie was coming in, he didn't want to deal with that.
Man, either way you look at it, I think it's a worse look for Kyrie. You just can't coach Kyrie. That's the way it's looking. That's the way Kyrie. It looks like, hey, you know what? You gonna coach the Rock? I mean, you gonna coach the Nets, but Kyrie's on his team. He's a different dude. It looks like somebody's gonna tell you that before you get to Kyrie. They're gonna give you a pep talk about Kyrie Irving.
I got you.
That's what I think.
The Nets just didn't fire Kenny Atkinson for they didn't fire him for basketball reasons.
Okay.
And I think they robbed us from ever knowing how it could actually work with his tutelage, like the way that you mentioned, Jeff.
Yeah.
He has a different way of coaching. It's a new age approach.
Yeah.
And we always knew that the Nets would look different this year, but the team's best available player, Kyrie Irving, only appeared in 20 games.
Yeah.
So even though I think we were robbed of that, again, I think it, like Weezy was saying, Kyrie and KD basically got this man fired.
But my thing is with KD,
Mm-hmm.
if that's the case, and you out here getting coaches fired now, where was this at when Scott Brooks was at OKC ruining the best years of your career?
That's true. I think
Because you should have got Scott Brooks out of there 2 years earlier than what he was, and I think that OKC team might have won a chip.
Do you think that people had the power to get coaches fired the way they do now?
KD does.
Yeah.
does.
KD's a good point.
KD does.
Yeah.
And he ain't played a game in a year.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. Like it's tough for me. Like I love the fact that the NBA players have as much power as they do because looking at what's happening with the NFL, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. You see that their players are pretty much powerless when it comes down to certain things, unless you're a quarterback. But with this situation, this is a playoff coach. This is a coach that took that team and made them fun to watch last year. They weren't really that fun to watch this year. And the fact, just because he benched DeAndre Jordan, the week after he benches DeAndre Jordan, and here he's out of there. It's like the ownership and general managers made their mark in the sand. I hope it works out for him. I mean, the league is better when KD's playing.
Yeah.
But it's tough.
It's tough, man.
Do you have to be more of a
Players coach?
players coach to coach the NBA, or because clearly X and O's won't. I don't care how good you are with X's and O's, it won't get the job done.
Brad Stevens, X and O's.
Yeah.
X and O's, but he couldn't. Kyrie didn't care.
The year he
True.
had a,
You know what I'm saying?
But he didn't get him fired, though. He couldn't get him fired.
He couldn't
Brad
get him-
Stevens had too much power over there.
And I don't think if we're honest, yes, Tatum is a young, good player, but the Celtics don't have a superstar.
I agree.
So with the way, go
Jason
ahead.
Tatum's superstar.
Superstar, no.
Jason Tatum's superstar.
On the rise.
He will be.
Yeah, on the rise.
Superstar is, to me, perennial all-star, starting all-star, vote getter, those type of players. I don't think Jason Tatum is that top tier yet.
Right.
Not yet. He will be though. He's showing signs of it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with that. So I think, and someone like Popovich as well, that type of coaching is where like you're respected more than a player is.
I
Like
got
a player will go to San Antonio like, I want to play with Coach Pop.
Right.
You know, he has that respect. A lot of coaches don't have that already, and you see that when the ownership makes the line in the sand and goes with the players over the coach.
Yeah. So who should they hire? Let's talk about some candidates. The top 3 candidates as of right now. First person is David Fizdale. How you feel about that?
That's a Kyrie move, I think, more than anything. I don't. He
Yeah,
didn't get a
that's a
chance.
Kyrie
He didn't
move.
get a chance to show what he could do with the.
Lost 2 gigs though.
Yeah,
Memphis,
yeah.
New York. Lost both of them. Got fired in both.
Who
New
would have
York
got
wasn't-
fired with the Knicks?
Yeah,
though?
the New York wasn't his fault.
That's what I'm about to say.
He
He
went
didn't
into
get a chance
He went
with the
into a
Knicks.
bad fire.
To me.
But he has ringing endorsements from LeBron's
Yeah.
and D Wade's from his time as an assistant coach with the Heat. So he's a player's coach from 100% through and
Exactly.
through. What about Mark Jackson?
I want to, and I hate to say this, but I think we got to stop bringing Mark Jackson's name up.
Because he's done.
He will never coach again.
Woo!
As good as a coach as he could have been, but
Right.
for the reason why he got exiled from Golden State,
Right.
that's hanging over his head, and nobody wants to deal with that.
It's the elephant in the room.
Yes, sir.
100%.
Because it
What
doesn't
about-
make any sense.
It
by
is,
that-
for
this,
sure.
this many years
Yeah,
later.
for him not to be a
Yeah.
coach. And you drafted these players, you cultivated this type of environment, and then now you can't even get a gig. Something to that, Jeff. You're
Yeah.
right. What about Tom Thibodeau?
I think Tom Thibodeau's done. I think he's not a player's coach.
You couldn't. I think he'll be fired quicker than Atkinson was coaching KD next year.
Yeah, they ain't
with
gonna,
that kind of.
yeah,
that
they're not
kind
gonna
of
go for
approach.
that.
It's old school. Like what
Yeah.
Weezy was saying, this is old school, running players into the ground, but his resume speaks for itself.
He can coach my team.
Yeah, for sure.
This gonna be my coach.
Listen, I would pray that we brought Tibbs back
Yeah.
and got rid of Boylan, because Jim Boylan is the worst coach in the entire NBA. It's not even close, for sure. So we'll see, man. But shout out to Kenny Atkinson. He got shafted for sure.
No Ty Lue?
Nope.
No Ty Lue?
Nah.
Ooh.
I don't think no Ty Lue.
You don't think Ty Lue gets the job?
Hell no. Mm-mm. Kyrie didn't really get along with Ty when he was in Cleveland. That's half the reason why he left.
He got a chip.
That's half the reason why he left. That's just like AB. We'll talk about in a sec here. Dude, when he was with Bruce Arians in Pittsburgh, he said it will never. He said the diva will never coach him.
That's insane that Ty Lue has a chip and is an
Does he have
coach.
a chip?
He has a chip.
The same way Brad Johnson got a ring.
No, it ain't that bad.
No.
Don't do him like that. He's the only coach that's staying up to LeBron. Only coach to tell LeBron we ain't trying to hit it right now.
Brad Johnson, Trent Dilfer.
Don't do him.
Nah, I can't do it.
He coached that
3-1, man.
3-1.
3-1. Series.
Bro.
Ooh, I didn't say it this time.
Bro.
Let's just move on. Let's talk about Weezy's guy.
Yeah.
Rob Gronkowski.
Not Mojo Riley?
No. What you know about Mojo Riley?
We're going to talk about it.
Shout out to Mojo Riley. Dabrowski. Anyway, Rob Gronkowski has inked his deal, which this is one of the most, you had to see it coming a million years away after appearing in WrestleMania before. Gronk has signed a deal with the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out to that. He will now host WrestleMania this coming up April 4th and 5th, a 2-night event in front of no fans.
Okay.
But Gronk will be the host. Is this a big deal for the WWE?
Big deal.
Okay.
Because we are in homes now. We are bored.
Yeah.
I've seen people, I haven't seen this many people talk about football the way that we talked about football.
Yeah.
People that had no clue who the hell Todd Gurley is, all the way down to people that didn't know who the hell Joe Flacco played for last year. So
Joe Flacco still playing?
Yeah, right. Exactly. I got a lot of that. So in turn, yes, this is something I think will be the most viewed WrestleMania in years, just simply because there's nothing to do.
There's nothing to do. And ESPN is all in. They are showing each Sunday leading up to WrestleMania, starting this Sunday, they're showing a different WrestleMania in its entirety on ESPN.
Wow. How much Vince pay for that pull?
I have no idea, but from now until April 4th and the weekend of April 4th and 5th, and actually they're showing the WrestleMania on April 5th. They're showing one that morning as well. They're showing a WrestleMania in its entirety on ESPN.
Yeah, people need entertainment, dog. Very bored.
Will you pay for WrestleMania, Jeff?
I have the WWE Network. I'm not paying for it. I mean, I'm not paying for it.
I thought it said you can't get on the network.
It was a rumor. It hasn't been announced yet.
Okay.
So the rumor is going forward, they're going to take WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and SummerSlam, off of the network, and they have the other pay-per-views on the network.
They shouldn't do that, but I hope not.
I have a question for you, Jeff. A wrestling question.
Okay.
Triple H is now the executive vice president of global talent development and strategy. What the hell does that mean?
The G League.
He's the guy. Exactly. That's it. He's the guy over NXT, which is the developmental league. He's the guy who scouts the guys that wrestle in places like Basement East that's going down, or the fairgrounds and stuff like that. Those young kids that are coming up. I mean, he looks like he could be something. Or former college football players who didn't make the combine have that look, and he takes them to the developmental center, which is where they're having SmackDown and Monday Night Raw every night. He brings them there and works them out, see if it works out, and that's what he does. He does a great job.
Was this a demotion for Triple H?
This was a creative position. That position didn't exist.
Okay.
Like, he worked and created, pardon me, NXT was a reality TV show.
Gotcha.
And he turned it from a reality TV show to a wrestling brand.
Okay.
So that was a creative position for him.
Yeah, man.
And some people, 45% of people who, maybe high, 30% of people who watch wrestling right now are calling for him to take over for Vince McMahon.
So, okay.
Yeah, because Vince seems to be out of touch with some of the things he's doing.
Most definitely. There's rumor also that Ronda Rousey will be there too.
Yes, that was spoiled by your man's Cain Vasquez, who took a picture of them standing in front of the WrestleMania actual sign that they're going to be using. So she's probably going to come out on the Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler match. Okay. Shayna Baszler is a former MMA fighter who's one of the top wrestlers right now.
Go. All right.
Man, y'all going to make me order WrestleMania.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn.
Or just social distance. I was about to say you can pull up adjustment. Social distance.
Solo party.
Before we get started with halftime, let's talk NFL 2K. It's back, man. 2K games is finally returning to make NFL games for the first time since 2004. Okay. Press release has both excited and disappointed fans at the same time. The reason for the lack of excitement is the announcement that 2K specifically pointed out that we're making non-simulation titles only. Non-simulation games are, of course, NFL Street, NBA Jam, NFL Blitz, all of those arcade-style games. Yeah. Are we excited about a non-simulation NFL game?
Excited, no, but it's nothing wrong with it. It's needed. Like, there's people out there who will play. I mean, we might play it once, just to have it.
And the main thing is that people consider NFL 2K to be the best football simulation game of all time. Like that was the reason as to why Madden turned in and pulled the trump card, no pun intended, and got the rights to all NFL games. So they had to do it, and the reason that they did that was just to make sure that they had no competition. There's no competition. Madden has been the same game for the last 4 years. They put in a what is the Playmaker?
Yeah.
That cool thing with that, and that's cheating. That's just hard to play the game with that. Dude, they've been them and 2K, no competition.
But at least 2K. Well, let's be honest. It's difficult to make that game every year because it's really just the same thing. You're playing the same,
I remember when 2K and Madden was coming out, and 2K would add new stuff every year. They were working on games 2 and 3 years prior to just to have the heads up and have some type of new technology. And now, if 2K were to drop a simulation game, I think it would get Madden back in their bag to get this going and some competition, just like with 2K. NBA 2K, the same game, dog.
I just wonder what you could change at this point.
On NFL 2K back in the day, Randy Moss was unstoppable.
You could not stop
Randy Moss.
The last 2K with Terrell Owens on the cover.
Yeah.
With the 1999 one.
Damn.
Remember that one?
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
Dude, I'm telling you, 2K5, fire.
Yeah.
2K5.
The Dreamcast 2K.
We just need competition from Madden, dog. That's it. And I think nobody wants to play an arcade style game unless you're a child. As far as your grown adults, we need some simulation football. Dog.
Yeah, I just wonder what they can do.
All the time I look at the stands in Madden, I'm like, dude, why the stands? They look like NFL 1998.
Now that is true.
The fans are trash.
Yeah, now
the people on the bench are trash.
They're moving together.
Dude. Yeah. I'm telling you, that is going to be next gen right there.
Shout out to PS5.
Yeah, for sure. You guys ready to get started with halftime?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime, in case you missed it, we're doing the NFL's new 2020 NFL CBA, which expires in 2030. Jeff, let the people know.
Wow. By a vote of 1,019 to 959, the NFL players voted to ratify the NFL's collective bargaining agreement through, like Jay said, the 2030 season. The 2020 salary cap was officially announced today. It will be a whopping $198.2 million, which is lower than the projected $200 million we thought, but still, for NFL standards, that's kind of high. Mm-hmm. The new CBA paves the way for the NFL to add one more week to the regular season, of course, and a move that has long been sought by owners and largely criticized by players of a certain age. Under the new CBA, players are guaranteed to receive 48% of the league's overall revenue beginning in 2021. That's pretty good, with the ability to increase to a share of 48.8%. The previous CBA, which was approved in 2011, guaranteed the players 47% of the revenue. Saw increases there. CBA relaxes the rules on drug testing. Shout out to you, Josh Gordon. Mm-hmm. In regards to marijuana, by narrowing the window of testing from 4 months to 2 weeks at the start of the training camp and reducing the number of players who are subjected to testing. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's different.
The new deal expands the size of NFL rosters from 53 players to 55 and still allowing 2 additional players to be active on game days. Lastly, starting as early as next season, the playoff field will expand from 16 per conference to 7, with only the top seed in each conference earning a bye week. Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel about this?
A lot to unpack right there. I would say the biggest thing as far as the guaranteed revenue switching to 48%, it's supposed to be 50-50, man. And all the other leagues are close to 50-50. I mean, 48 is pretty good. But 50-50, especially considering the fact that these guys are the highest as far as getting CTE. Mm-hmm. They need to make sure that these players are actually paid to go through they go through
these car wrecks
every week, man, every day. Yeah. Hell, sometimes through practice. So I think in my eyes that is the biggest thing. With the drug testing, I mean, I think every league is gonna switch to that. I don't like the fact that they still are drug testing for marijuana though, because it's still narrowing the window, so you kind of know when it's happening. But still, marijuana is used in so many different ways to help these players. And if anybody needs marijuana, it's NFL players.
I think the owners won again, man.
Yep.
The owners won again. They got more percentage of the money.
Yeah.
They got another game.
Yeah.
And that's just more money. They're gonna make it a longer season.
Yep.
And so it's just we're gonna have football all the way to March, pretty much, which is cool. But the players don't get paid for it.
They get 2 games actually. If you think about it, they get 2 more games.
Yeah, and so I like the percentage of players that didn't vote. That really hurt me. Like,
Yeah.
come on, like why wouldn't y'all vote, man?
They don't understand. Just like kids, man, you got to realize a lot of these guys are, at the end of the day, they're kids.
Yeah. Okay.
And they don't understand what's in front of them, how vital it can be. You're not looking out for yourself.
Yep.
You're looking out for the next 10 years of NFL players. And I think they did a disservice to those people coming in and the people that are currently playing.
And I think the ones that did vote, they probably all they looked at was that 48%.
We saw
That's just not enough for me.
what we saw with the voting thing is what we see in our country.
Mm-hmm.
People don't pay attention to what they vote for, nor do they vote in the majority. So that's what we just saw. We saw a vocal minority saying we don't want to do this. Players who've been in the league for quite some bit of time, 5 to 6 years or more, saying, "Hey, man, I don't think this is a good idea for blank reasons." We saw younger players who were ill-informed and possibly, and now let me take ill-informed back. Players who were concentrating on, man, I'm just trying to secure a bag. I haven't got the bag yet. You are in the league. It's certified. I've been drafted in the 4th round, making $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year. Let me make sure I'm getting some money on the back end. So I get it. I totally understand. But I think those players, because once you make it to 3 and 4 and 5 years in the league, and you realize, man, I'm really selling myself short, they're gonna realize that in 2030, it's a long way from now, but it's tough.
No, for sure. And I see what they were going with the low hanging fruit, and the NFL, what the owners did was threw them some bones. Like, we won't test you for weed. Yeah, well, you know what? We'll give you 48%. We won't give you 50. So, but in turn, you're gonna work for this, and just you'll see a lot more of these NFL players taking load management games later in the season.
Load management gonna be a real thing in the NFL now.
100%.
You just saw the NFL made a chess move and figured out how to divide the players up, and that's what we saw happen, and that's how this one got passed through.
We'll see, man. I'm sure we'll speak on it later. You guys ready to get started the second half?
Oh yeah,
let's do it.
The second half is underway.
Second half, the 2020 NFL free agency winners and losers. I am J Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What it do?
Weezy, the 2020 NFL free agent market officially opened Wednesday amid one of the more unusual weeks in league history and world history, for sure. With the rest of the sports world shut down this week due to COVID-19 outbreak, all eyes were on the NFL's annual frenzy of player movement, and the league did not disappoint. The free agency frenzy has been a wild ride, as several big-name players will be wearing different uniforms in 2020. Episode 313, the second half, we are all about the winners and losers of NFL free agency. Let's kick it off with the winner. Who wants to go first with their first winner?
I'll go.
Okay.
I ain't no particular order, but I got the Cardinals as a winner, man.
Okay.
Cardinals picked up D-Hop for pretty much a ham sandwich. It's been going around.
Definitely.
And I don't know. I mean, that's a huge pickup. Kyler Murray, D-Hop, Fitzgerald. They still got
Christian Kirk.
Christian
and don't
Kirk.
forget my boy Andy Isabella.
He ain't nothing.
Just wait.
Christian Kirk.
Just wait. Just wait.
And they still got Kenyon Drake.
They still got Drake.
Pretty much a wide receiver as well at the backfield.
Yeah.
Air raid.
I also have I have Kyler Murray as a winner on my end. It's the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year. He shouldn't have won that. But he needed a top end threat, and he got perhaps the best in the entire NFL. Me and Jeff have been talking about Nuke Hopkins ever since he's been on this show, for sure. So with Kingsbury version of the air raid, this lends to do 4 wide receiver sets. So with 3 of the wide receivers on the field, Hopkins could be the theory of minimal double teams. You can't double team him, dog, no matter how you look at it. And then to get rid of David Johnson's contract and signing Kenyon Drake for a 1-year deal with the franchise tag, great move for Kyler Murray, man. He wins in this.
Sure do.
Yep.
I have my winner. Well, I agree with you guys. That is a winner, number one. Shout out to Kyler Murray. He's going to have fun this year. It's like a kid with a new toy on Christmas Day. But one of my winners is Jack Conklin, former of the Titans, moving to the Cleveland Browns. He's an instant upgrade for them. But one of the biggest things Cleveland had a problem with was their quarterback not being able to stay upright. Okay. Being pressured, being, throwing interceptions, whatever it may be, being immature. But stirred up the offensive line, is going to help them. Myself and Coach Locke both had the Cleveland Browns as a winner with this move and signing the tight end from Atlanta,
Austin Hooper.
Yeah. The David Njoku experience is probably over.
No, they can do 2 sets. A lot of people do that.
That's a lot of.
The Eagles do that.
They do.
Yeah.
But I think with what they have at wide receiver and what they're going to bring back at running back, it's only one football.
It is only one football. I think they've been looking to replace Joe Thomas since the day he retired.
Of course.
And I think with Conklin they got that. That's a good one.
Oh, speaking of Jack Conklin, he won the marathon. He did the definition of it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. He tore his ACL 2 years ago. Came back and played through it. Titans pretty much said, man, we're not going to, extend you.
Right.
And he still got his money.
Yeah, bet on himself.
Bet on himself.
I like that. Jeff, I have the Bills as a winner. Me and Coach Locke, actually.
Okay.
You land Stephon Diggs. I think he's better than any actual wide receiver that you could have drafted with that draft pick.
Where we are. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And you improve your offensive line, which was always a big deal when you getting Quentin Spain. Yeah. Then you went hard by upgrading the defensive line. Of course, you have Ed Oliver. You add on Quentin Jefferson and Vernon Butler. Yeah. And then you can bring in Josh Norman for pennies, who worked really well with McDermott when he was in Carolina. So I know you can't really fix the problems that Josh Allen has because he has to be a little bit more consistent as far as his accuracy.
That's the scary part.
But at the very least, another strong offensive line, and you have an enhanced wide receiving core now. You can get busy, man, with the arm that Josh Allen has. So I got them as a winner, man. It looks better. And he only got 94 targets last year when he was in Minnesota. Yeah. That is going to go up exponentially.
It's going to have to.
In Buffalo.
It's going to have to.
Yeah. Anybody else got another winner?
Yeah. I got another winner. I'm real quick on Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs, only thing I'm worried about him, he wants to be number one so bad.
He is.
And now he is number one. Yeah. But he's also playing from that dome where it's always cool. I mean, it's cozy. It feels good in that dome. Yeah. But then got to go to outside to where it's below zero up there, and it's going to be cold, man. It's going to be cold. At your home.
Yeah.
So it's 2 totally different worlds for him.
Well, the good thing about it, he gets to go play for what has been ruled by Sunday Night Football's Instagram account, the best fans in the AFC.
Like you citing your sources.
Hey, he's just saying.
Sometimes, hey, cameraman Jeff will come in here and just be saying stuff. So I like when he's citing them sources. I like that. That's a fake.
All right, yeah, for sure. Another winner for me was Miami Dolphins, man.
Okay.
Miami Dolphins made big time key moves, man, by getting Byron Jones, which I think probably the best corner in this free agent class right now.
Yeah,
they paid a lot for him though.
Yeah, for sure.
He got to.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like it's the Miami paid a lot for him. Who did Miami have?
They had the number one cornerback last year. They paid Xavier Howard. Remember?
Yeah.
They needed another one.
There we go.
Now they got 2.
There we go. Now they got 2. Spend the money.
Spend the money.
Spend it.
Spend it.
Yeah, right. Spend that shit. You get it back. My next winner is the Bucks, man. Their first victory besides getting Tom Brady, which was a big get. Fans rushed to the team's website on Tuesday night, securing season tickets. Their announcement of home attendance from last year, they ranked 30th. Yeah. So in turn, that's going to go up, just like Stephon Diggs' targets, exponentially, man. So I like that you have Tom Brady going out on his own terms and will make the best decision to put himself in a possible position to win games. And he's going to be rejuvenated and trying to make sure that he goes out and shows that the New England Patriots thing was more than just Belichick. He had a lot to do with it.
More to do with
he has a point to prove, for sure.
I agree with that. I think they're going to be, they have a chance to be a playoff team.
I agree.
If they can do anything on defense. Yep. And they can somehow find a running back. Because Jameis Pote never had a running back. Not one. So hopefully he find a running back for Tom. But my one is Teddy Two Gloves.
Okay.
For sure.
That offense fits him. Him and McCaffrey going back there and get to have a lot of fun with the run pass options. So, and he gets to be a starting quarterback. And Teddy's going to prove that he's going to be a starter in this league going forward, like from here on.
The thing that I worry about with Teddy Bridgewater is that he was throwing about a Michael Thomas in New Orleans.
Okay.
There is no Michael Thomas
absolutely not
player in Carolina. The Michael Thomas player is C-Mac. So in turn, you need a wide receiver. They have not addressed that because I'm sure they got to get Cam off the cap situation. But listen, I'm telling you, it's going to be very difficult, just like you saw with Cam Newton, for Teddy Bridgewater to achieve the best of his abilities with that wide receiving core that he'll have.
It was key for them. I thought they was going to trade Cam to move up in the draft, but obviously they didn't. So they needed a wide receiver bad, real bad.
This class is deep at wide receiver, and they have the kid from I forget his name already, the young kid that drafted last year
for sure.
So I
from
mean,
Maryland,
right. He's not a number one,
but
he's a solid. Okay, we got him. Then we can build from that. Sure. So they can pick up somebody. Okay. They might pick up Josh Gordon. Who knows?
Yeah,
but I think, with Teddy Bridgewater and Christian McCaffrey, that's going to be a 15-yard in the cloud, 10-yard cloud of dust type of offense anyway. They slow dragging down the field.
I'm saying is they need some help over the top, and they don't have one.
And don't forget, Teddy was a decent, above average quarterback before that injury.
Not knocking. Yeah. I know Teddy can play.
Okay.
He just don't have Mike Thomas out there at one.
Nobody.
For sure.
Nobody but Drew Brees.
Yeah, for sure. My next winner is Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott is taking the long-term approach. The franchise tag puts him 1 year closer to testing his true value. Very similar to the way Kirk Cousins did. He played under the tag in 2020 and 2021, earning close to $70 million for those 2 years. Now he re-signed, and he's going to get crazy paid. So with Cousins just being 29 and got the big boy pay advance, Dak is only 28.
Right.
Yeah, but Kirk Cousins,
he'll be 28 by the time he's an unrestricted free agent in 2022.
Whoever Kirk Cousins' agent is,
man, he needs to pay them.
That's what I want. If I'm a rookie, I want his agent.
Yeah,
I'm a mediocre quarterback, and I'm still getting paid every year.
Yeah,
every year he getting paid.
Dak
just has to stay healthy, don't regress, and he's making his steps just like Kirk Cousins did to be a $200 million man in 2024.
That's sure. Just saying that about
nuts.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Dude, that is nuts.
Oh my God.
I got another winner.
Okay,
my winner is my Tennessee Titans.
Okay,
we signed Ryan Tannehill, which won us 6 games last year. I don't care what the fuss is about. He got us to the AFC Championship game. Not just the playoffs. We was 1 game away from the Super Bowl. However y'all want to mix that up, we was 1 game away from the Super Bowl.
Yep. Okay.
And he played 6 games. Well, 7 games in the regular season. Well, 1 game from the Super Bowl. We also signed Vicky Beasley.
That's big pick up.
And it's my sources tell me that we're in a running for
Jadeveon
Clowney. Okay. We'll put our name in the hat for him.
Sure.
That's a big pickup.
That's a big pickup. Sure. I got another winner.
Okay, go ahead.
The Las Vegas Raiders, for sure. They went through 3 now. Damn. Yeah, the Raiders knew exactly what they were doing to improve their defense. So you get Corey Littleton, who we talked about 2 weeks ago as the best free agent linebacker, and you get Kwiatkowski to give them great coverage at the defensive line. And then you add in Malik Collins, and you have a veteran tight end to help Darren Waller with the guy Jason Witten. So, and then you have a backup who's probably better than the starting quarterback, arguably, with Marcus Mariota. Okay. So you add that with your great D-line that you already have, with Clelin Ferrell, Max Crosby, then you add in Eli Apple. You're getting players in to help out the defense and their offense. They just need a wide receiver.
It's funny. I agree with you. I had the Raiders as well. Just because those signings you mentioned, and then to kind of delve into the Mariota thing a little bit. I'm not a fan of his. Never have been. I always thought he didn't. I never saw it. Okay, but I will admit the skill set that he has. If someone's going to bring it to the forefront, it's going to be Gruden.
Talk that talk, Jeff.
So if Carr, it's going to be the reverse of what just happened to him here.
100%.
If Carr they make a splash. They need to make a splash this year. They're moving to Vegas, the only show in town worth looking at. Sure. It's one of the first professional teams moving there as far as the WNBA and hockey as well. But this is the NFL. It's the big show. You know what I mean? They need to make a splash. And if Carr is stinking it up out the gate, we're going with Mariota. Yeah, Mariota.
And God, that's gonna be crazy.
Exactly. So I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with that 100%.
I have another winner.
Okay.
Me and Coach Locke. 49ers. Listen.
Go ahead, man.
So we got 2021 vision on our mind, for sure. So we traded DeForest Buckner to the Colts for the 13th overall pick before his walk season. He was going to walk away because we couldn't pay him. Yeah. So in turn, we used that money, go cheaper, get Eric Armstead, got Jimmy Ward, and now we can focus on a big extension for our tight end, George Kittle.
He's going to have to pay him.
He's going to have to pay him. Got to pay him. So in turn, we were looking for 2021. I was a little upset, but now I understand why we were doing. What we have to do is find a way to get a number one. We do not have a number one wide receiver. I know we'll probably address that with our 13th overall pick and probably trade the late first round pick. But I like what we did. I just want us to sign at least one player or trade to get somebody, something. We need a number one.
Y'all should have got Robbie Anderson.
Did we get him?
Y'all should have.
We don't need him because
Number one.
because he's. But this is the thing. He just throws he's deep ball. We need somebody to go intermediate.
You need somebody to help that quarterback.
Yeah.
Because that quarterback need help.
No, we don't. He's fine.
He need help.
He's fine.
Now,
He about
but
bad as
my question is with the 49ers is, you guys won the Super Bowl last year, right?
We were there.
True enough, you was in the Super Bowl. So why y'all tanking the season almost?
We're not tanking the season.
So why y'all focus on 2021?
Because
why
you got
not
to
this
look
year?
ahead. We looked ahead because we knew we got to sign Kittle. We were going to lose DeForest Buckner anyway, so we used that money to get 3 players.
So y'all not expecting to go back to Super Bowl this year?
It's the same team coming back next year.
No, you said 2021.
For signing players and we got to extend Kittle in 2021. Dog.
I got you.
Yeah. Anybody else got another one? I got one more if y'all don't.
No, go ahead. I got some more. But we
Okay.
go ahead. Yeah.
Chargers.
Okay, that's one of mine.
As a winner?
As a winner.
Yeah.
And you get rid of Melvin Gordon, he signs with the Broncos, and you get a better running back in Austin Eckler. Cheaper, better running back, low mileage. Then you franchise tag Hunter Henry without worrying about Rivers because now you got Tyrod. The only thing I worry about with Tyrod is that he's going to be in another situation where he can't get the reps that he needs because there's going to be a young quarterback waiting to play, just like Baker Mayfield was. So in turn, you're always looking over your shoulder because one mess up and he's going to be out of the game. You got to play this young guy. So that's the only thing I worry about. But you bring in Chris Harris Jr., who's a great cornerback. Everybody knows how much I love Chris Harris. So I think they did the right thing, and they did improve their O-line. Brought in Beluga, and you bring in Trey Turner. I'm telling you, the quarterback, whoever the quarterback will be, I hope it's Tyrod in L.A.
The worst thing for Tyrod is if they go ahead and try to sign Cam Newton or Jameis Winston.
Yeah, that'll be rough. That'll be rough. Black on black crime right there.
It's going to happen.
That's black on black
Yeah, I feel it coming too.
I think Jameis will go and sign with somebody like
It's limited now.
Like the Giants.
The Redskins?
Yeah, Redskins, something like that.
It's limited for Jameis after,
We're going to talk about that for sure. Let's move on to the losers. Jeff, you want to kick off the losers?
No problem. I keep my controversial one to the end.
Okay.
But I'll start with something Coach Lock and I agree on is the disrespect for the run game in the NFL.
That's a good one.
Mediocre quarterbacks get paid top tier money like Ryan Tannehill, Jared Goff,
Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen's terrible. Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, all these people. Then next thing you know, the running back who's the bell cow who gets you the way you need to go gets franchise tagged or gets short ball or gets cut in the first sign of something not going the way you want it to.
Yep.
That's the running back position is the most disposable position, but yet the most dependent on position in the world.
I think it's in sports.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So it's tough to see that, Now, I'm happy that Ty Gurley landed on his feet and got signed by Atlanta, but they had to make cuts as well for another running back that was doing just perfectly fine there with their mediocre quarterback. But, whatever, man. It is what it is. It's the NFL. That's how they do.
Yeah.
But it's just rough to see how devalued one of the best positions in sports is by people.
100%.
And mediocre quarterbacks get overpaid every day.
We talk about this in pre-production, You said and see Derrick Henry goes out here and carries this team to the AFC Championship, and then the quarterback gets paid guaranteed money, and your running back comes in for a franchise tag. Just dead wrong.
It's crazy.
Dead wrong.
And they're gonna franchise him. Yeah, I keep that to myself.
Yeah,
keep it to
sure.
me.
I got a loser.
Go ahead.
My loser, me and Coach Locke agree on this both with the Jacksonville Jaguars. They just said, you know what, let's just do whatever we want to do.
Yep.
Let everybody go.
Well, they're tanking for either Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence, so I understand.
Yeah, I don't get it. That team was in contention to win in the AFC South last year.
2 years ago. No, they were right.
Yeah,
they were up there.
yeah.
All y'all were in contention for it to a certain extent.
Yeah, that's
up until
anybody.
like week 9 or 10.
Yeah, that's anybody's division every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so I just don't believe in the team in the NFL tanking. They're all players. Everybody wants to play.
100%.
So I don't believe the NBA is different. You can tank in the NBA, but in NFL, it's hard to tank in the NFL. You have to literally go out there and not play.
Yeah. It happened.
And it shows.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You get rid of players. The Dolphins tried.
Yeah, Dolphins.
And they just had a good coach.
Yep.
They coached up them boys.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Speaking of the Dolphins,
Okay.
they're losers to me. Weezy had them as a winner. The Dolphins had so much money, right around $85 million, the most in the entire NFL, to overhaul their roster, and they signed Byron Jones, overpaid him, and Kyle Van Noy. So you overspend at both positions, especially when you already broke the bank last year for Xavier Howard. So you pay too much for Jordan Howard as well, and you overpay for Eric Flowers and Shaq Lawson and Emmanuel Ogba. There's a false appearance of quality over quantity here, and I don't understand as to why they would spend money the way that they did unless they have a grand scheme that they're trying to figure out at quarterback, which they'll probably draft. The Patriots have to trade for Josh Rosen. Somebody has to trade for Josh Rosen so he can get out and play with a meaningful, sane organization, because he's been in two organizations his entire career, and I just want him to play. Sure.
That's your man.
That's my guy.
I got to go ahead, Wiz.
My loser was the Chargers, man. The Chargers, they missed out on Tom Brady, and they didn't have a backup plan. Clearly didn't have a backup plan.
I don't know if I agree with that.
No, I'm gonna tell you how. Because the Titans wanted Tom Brady too, but they had the inside scoop first. I mean, he's cool. He's cool with Mike Vrabel. So he probably let him know, hey, I'm not going back to New England, but I'm gonna go somewhere different. So once the Titans signed Ryan Tannehill, the Chargers should knew then, hey, we gotta get a backup plan, because he's not going to Tennessee, and he's not going back to New England. So they should have had a backup plan then. They didn't have a backup plan.
I think they did.
I think that they have something that they're trying to do in Charger land, and we'll see, because I think Tyrod can really do it, man. I really think that, and I think they believe in Tyrod just the same way that y'all believe in Tannehill. Seriously.
So it's to be announced.
To be announced, for sure.
He went to the playoffs in Buffalo.
Yeah. Now, he had a really good year in Buffalo.
And when they tried to bench him, and then we ended up going to the playoffs still.
Yeah.
I mean,
come on now.
Yeah, he had a really good year in Buffalo. Yeah. You try to compare him to what's called.
Yeah, he had a really good Lamar Jackson. Look at the numbers.
Oh.
Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers in him in Buffalo.
Let's move on, Jeff.
I have another loser.
Yeah.
The Chicago Bears quarterback situation.
Just the Bears, period. I got you. Let's do
Bears.
it.
Okay, all right, cool. Bears, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'll start with the quarterback. You take the rest.
We finna be Styles P and J.
What in the heck are they trying to prove with this?
Yeah.
We knew Trubisky was not the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But you keep Trubisky. And then you say, you know what? Let's get another one in here. Let's go get Nick Foles, who has not done anything outside of what Philadelphia coached him up to do. I get it. You can't take that Super Bowl away from him, so it looks great on his resume. But man, Jacksonville is on his resume too. And that showed who the real Nick Foles was. And Chicago said, you know what? I'm not going to upgrade the position. I'm just going to get the same guy. And we're going to try to figure this out.
Well, Nick Foles got hurt last year for game one.
I get that. But the Bears admit the main thing is you move on from your top draft picks with Leonard Floyd from 2016 and your 2017, you trade up to get Trubisky, and now you're like, I made a mistake with this one. And then you pay Danny Trevathan. Like, dude, why in the hell are you paying these people? And Jimmy Graham. You're going to get him too. And Robert Quinn. That's who you're spending your money on. All old players. I don't get it. They have a sick fascination with older players. And then backing up Jeff with this Nick Foles, he was 0-4 his time in Jacksonville. He didn't win a game in Jacksonville.
Yeah, but when he came back, the season was over.
He didn't win a game, though.
The season was over. No, he got hurt in week one.
Yeah. He got hurt in week one.
He was out for 9 games.
And then the mustache came in, played well. Yeah.
Then the mustache stopped playing well.
And then that's when the season was over.
That was week 10. He came back in.
That's why the mustache went. That's why he came back in, because the mustache was over with.
Okay, but then they went back to the mustache after that.
Yeah.
The season was over, guys.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, they just made it clear that they don't know what the hell they doing. And this team with that great defense with Eddie Jackson, and you had Khalil Mack, and you got Roquan,
and you ruined
and you wasting
that great defense
for sure.
Nothing.
For sure.
I read a tweet, and I know you want to move on. I read a tweet that said, we just see that some of these teams just don't know what they are doing.
Don't know what they're doing.
They have no idea what they're doing. And this is one of them.
Just no, for sure. My next loser is the Patriots. Now, even though Tom Brady, I know, was declining at 42 years old, leadership class, and the fact that you do not have a quarterback, an heir apparent. Every quarterback needs an heir apparent. They did not do this. They tried. and Tom Brady continued to push quarterbacks out.
Mm-hmm.
We can start a list of players that played under Tom Brady or behind Tom Brady, and they never got to play. But you have to have an heir apparent at all times. It's just bad GM work. Even with the Packers, dude, they had Aaron Rodgers. The 49ers, they had Montana. I mean, the 49ers had Steve Young. Yeah. And with the Giants, dude, you got Danny Dimes, dude. You got the Dimes.
You just mentioned Danny Dimes with Steve Young and Aaron Rodgers. You know that, right?
Jared Stidham, though?
I would rather mention him with Jared Stidham.
We don't know about Jared Stidham, though.
Dude.
We don't know.
Dude.
Remember we questioned Danny Dimes last year?
Dude, but
we should have questioned Danny Dimes.
But they lost every linebacker that they had. Everyone.
That's defensive side of the ball. That's fine.
Dude, you lose every starting linebacker on your whole court? Kyle Van Noy. You lose, what's the other kid's name that they lost? Jamie Collins.
Yeah. But they made it.
They took a body blow.
Belichick said he loves the draft. We gonna see.
They made a big pickup with Adrian Phillips though. They did get Adrian Phillips for the other safety, put him up next to McCourty. So that's a solid pickup for the Patriots.
We gonna see.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody else got another loot?
I have two. Combine them into one. Okay. I got Jameis Winston and Cameron Newton.
Y'all didn't see this coming? 30 for 30.
Honestly,
he just got his eyes fixed after he threw 30 interceptions.
No, I didn't. I mean, if you were a Tennessee Titan and you were smart, you'd rather have him than a high school offense.
Nah, come on, Jeff.
Yeah,
come on.
You want to do that? I can do it.
Yeah,
you know come on. Like you want to run that high school wing T offense all you want, and wonder why it got exposed, and you bring the same
AFC
back.
championship. We went to AFC.
That's fine, but you won't make the playoffs this year.
Buffalo either.
Buffalo ain't doing nothing this year. But
Buffalo making the playoffs.
We better. We should. As long as Josh Allen don't mess it up.
We'll make the playoffs.
I think Buffalo gonna win the division.
We should.
I said last year Buffalo was gonna win. I said they were gonna make the playoffs.
You did.
I'm the only person that sat here and said that.
You are.
And what they do?
They lost in the first round of the playoffs.
They made the playoffs.
Lost a 10-point lead going down
because we have a terrible quarterback. No lie to tell. You see, I'm true about my team. Very true. Horrible quarterback. Wish we could. One of these two guys I'm talking about right now.
I can't say my quarterback's horrible when he won 6 straight games.
What was he there before?
I can't say that.
Did the quarterback win those games or did the running back win those games?
It's a little bit of both.
Oh, okay.
That's part of the game plan.
All right, man. So it's tough to watch what happened. You know, I know the joke is 30 for 30, but they still 30 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
They is 30 interceptions, they're still 30 touchdowns. And it's still 5,000 passing yards.
Facts. I think they gave up on them too early.
They did. And it's cool. You know, you have, 4 to 5 different offensive coordinators and all these things for Jameis Winston. You give up on them, it's cool. Then you got Cam Newton, gave the city of Carolina everything he wanted. Then for the team to say we're giving him permission to seek a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Cam didn't want to trade.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is it happens the day after everything else, all the smoke clears. So now the options for these two players are limited. 2 Pro Bowlers.
Mm-hmm.
The options for these 2 Pro Bowlers are limited.
Yeah.
And it's tough.
It's tough, man.
Why are y'all making excuses for Jameis Winston?
I'm not making any excuses
you making.
What excuses did I make?
I'm not making
it. And he gonna
Tannehill won me 6 games in a row.
You gonna throw that? You gonna be like
everybody says Bruce Arians is a quarterback whisperer. He had Jameis was he threw 30 interceptions.
He threw 5,000 passes.
5,000 yards, and most of them was coming back, and they was coming back. They was down, so everybody was trying to prevent and just let it go. And he also had one of the best wide receivers to play the game on his team right now.
We're gonna let you. I mean, that's just. I mean,
I'm serious though. I'm serious.
That's your opinion about things, and hey, I'm just telling you. As much as you shit about Jameis Winston, Cam Newton, just look at your own quarterback. Just look at your own quarterback.
Jay, don't try to say.
Don't try to say. Historically, you shit about those 2 quarterbacks more. You talk bad about any other quarterback in the entire NFL. Who else you talk bad about?
Jameis Winston.
That's what he just said.
I know. I do.
I have another loser. Me and Coach Locke share this. Where's Deshaun Watson?
Ooh,
the biggest was the loss of DeAndre Hopkins, who he targeted on 30% of his entire passes in the entire season. You have your coach and GM dumping some of the team's best young stars, Hopkins, Jadeveon Clowney, at fire sale prices, while feeding a weird obsession with aging running backs, from Carlos Hyde last year to now with David Johnson. Yeah. 3 seasons of his career, Watson is eligible for a contract extension. From a business perspective, he would be wise to sit tight. Just chill, man. If you care about Deshaun Watson and his well-being and his future, you would find a way to get some players. You replace Nuke Hopkins. Do you know who you replace him with? Randall Cobb, dog.
That's That's not it.
Randall Cobb, dog. And they still, with all those, you trade Jadeveon Clowney and you trade the Nuke Hopkins, and you don't get a first round pick. You got 2 second round picks, dude. And you can, and theoretically, you can move into the first round now with those 2 second round picks. But you got it. What you gonna do? You gonna draft a wide receiver, Jeff? You know that. You gonna draft a wide receiver. Why not hold on to the one that you had?
The funny thing is with Deshaun Watson, I think what's hurting him is he's too good.
Yeah,
They're taking him for granted. The plays he makes with his feet, with his legs, and his arm, and they're taking that for granted. Saying, "Well, we might not need this person. Deshaun's gonna make a play." Those plays he made against Buffalo, like, come on, man. You know, so I hate it for him. I agree. It's just like Bill O'Brien to me was a loser,
and he's a loser.
Yeah,
it's a little truth to every rumor.
Yeah, for sure. It might not have been 100% truth what Michael Irvin said, but it's some truth to that.
To every rumor,
and 100%. You know, he's the best quarterback in that whole division, and I'm sure in a couple of years, right? And he's throwing to Randall Cobb and Will Fuller. And Weezy says, Deshaun Watson isn't that good. Watch. I guarantee it.
Who says that?
You'll say it. You'll
find come on, man. Don't do me like that.
I hope Will Fuller can stay healthy.
Yeah, that's his problem. Yeah. But he's open.
He's open.
Ah, man. Will Fuller's open.
He's open.
For sure.
But he just can't stay on the field.
Sure. I got one more lose and then we done, fellas. Unless y'all got another.
Right. Go ahead.
Okay. The Lions. Me and Coach Locke shared this. All right, we've seen this movie before, man. You get a Belichick disciple, strikes out on their own, tries to remake the old team just like Bill Belichick did. So Brian Flores is doing some of that in Miami because they mentioned they bought a lot of players that kind of fit the mold. But Matt Patricia, he's failing at a high level with this. So you get Vitae, signing him for $45 million. You get Jamie Collins for $30 million. Then you sign Chase Daniel to be the backup. And you add Danny, and you pay Chase Daniel.
Chase Daniels is still mediocre quarterbacks can still get
paid though, super paid. But in a vacuum, each of these signings kind of make sense. But when you put them all together, it seems like Patricia's trying to bring the old Patriot way back and taking flyers on other positions, and it won't pan out in the long run because you trade Darius Slay, who, dog, did you hear what they said? What Patricia told him? He said that you work out with Sherman, you work out with these great cornerbacks, but you're not them. They're elite. You're just good.
Damn.
You gotta leave. You gotta leave and prove him wrong. And then he's in Philly, and the coach, man, come on, man. He thinks he's Bill Belichick, and he's not Bill Belichick.
Nah, you gotta win Super Bowls to talk like that.
Nah, for sure. And they're gonna show him. I'm telling you, Matt Patricia will be fired this year because give me their number one wide receiver, Marvin Jones.
He's decent.
And he's good. He's good, but there is no team
who's going to throw him the ball?
Dude,
they believe in
Stafford. Stafford puts numbers up, though.
No.
But
can he stay here?
Dude, they're trying to build a because they already have the boy, Rod Flowers' little brother, Trey. They have Trey Flowers.
Yeah.
Then they bring in Jamie Collins. You got Danny Shelton. Dude, this is a Patriot, great value team, dog, with no cornerback. And then you go sign, who's the cornerback that they sign?
Trufant. Yeah.
They signed Trufant.
Yeah.
Same team. We'll see.
Trufant just okay.
Yeah. I mean, but you lose big play Slay.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So.
And you let him go to the Eagles. You know what the Eagles going to do with him? They had Orlando Scandrick over there last year. That got me upset. Weezy got me more upset more than anything. He talked bad about my quarterbacks.
No,
I'm not James is a good quarterback, man. James is a good quarterback. Cam Newton is he's a top 10 quarterback when he's healthy. Top 10.
I ain't got the.
You said on the same show when Cam was playing, Cam Newton cold, man. I was wrong about him.
Yeah, but he gotta be healthy.
You argued when I said Tannehill gonna take Mariota's job. You said he ain't taking Mariota's job.
I gotta say that about my quarterback.
You gotta believe in his quarterback.
Gotta say that about my quarterback.
That's why you're rolling with Tannehill now. But this is what I'm trying to say.
Tannehill, he showed it to me. Tannehill won me 6 games straight.
You have to stop saying he was a part of the team.
He did what he was asked to do.
He played 3 games in the playoffs.
He did what he was asked to do. He's not asked to go out there and run a 5-wide offense in
high school.
You do what you're asked to do, Jeff. You do what you asked. You do what you asked to do.
I hear you, but in 3 playoff games, he threw over 300 yards all together, all combined.
Hold up! Oh my God, you don't want to bring that up.
I'm talking about Tannehill.
Who did in the playoffs besides Brady? Who did?
I'm sorry. What?
No, he's talking about passing yards.
Who total? 3 games total.
3 games total.
Oh man, but Derrick Henry ran for 200 yards a game.
Lead with that. Lead with that.
So why? So why throw the ball if he ran for 300 yards a game?
That's what I'm saying. That's why you can get anybody.
So he
can
doing
play back
what he's
there
asked
and do
to do. And when he had to throw against Kansas City, the high school outfit showed up. The play action wasn't working no more.
Oh my God, man! They game plan for my boys. That's all that is.
So in turn, if your game plan for the running back, you have to make the throws, Weezy. That's what
he got to get better than that. So hold on, let me ask y'all a question: is Jameis Winston deserve to be a starter in this league?
Yes.
Next year?
Yes.
No.
He can't see.
No question at all.
He can't see.
First of all,
I take with Buffalo right now. Please cut Josh Allen. Please sign Jameis Winston right now. I will never complain about anything else. Please do that.
You don't mean that.
I promise you I mean that.
I swear you don't mean that. COVID-19 got you. You don't mean that.
No, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Cut Josh Allen right now. Give me Jameis Winston.
You want Cam Newton in San Francisco right now?
No, I like my quarterback. Cam Newton? Yeah, I'll take Cam Newton tomorrow. Hell yeah. I'll take Cam Newton tomorrow. I think him and Jameis Winston are the same thing.
I'll take Cam Newton in Buffalo tomorrow.
I'll take Cam Newton tomorrow.
Cut Josh Allen. Give me Cam
Put your
or
mama on the
Jameis right
phone.
now.
You got to go.
You got to go. I ain't
really
go. Give me Cam Newton tomorrow. You'll see.
We ain't taking Cam Newton tomorrow. Are we cameraman?
You'll be a fool. You'll be a fool.
We ain't taking Cam Newton
tomorrow. You'll be a fool.
You want Cam Newton tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow. You're a fool. And that is no.
Man, y'all crazy, man.
And that is episode 313 of the Full Sport Press Podcast. That was a 2020 NFL free agency show.
Yes, sir.
Let us know who was a winner, who was a loser. Again, check us out on youtube.com/Full Sport Press to watch the entire simulcast of this here episode. Fellas, wash your hands. Please. Stay away from people.
Please.
For sure. And take care of your loved ones, your older loved ones. Just wash your hands. Keep a social distance from those. That's who really, really need the help for sure.
If you have elder grandparents or parents in your life, man, I know it's rough. They don't want to listen.
They don't listen.
But you got to try to get them to stay in the house.
Get them to stay in the house. Just try, for sure. Now, tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Weezy.
Everything paid for.
Jeff.
Camera's always on, brother.
Better know it. The revolution will be podcasted. Cameraman, we are out.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press Podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.